Good morning, guys. Dakota back with another video. Today we're going over the Forex Weekly recap for the week of May 24th through the 28th. That sounds wrong, but it's right. May 24th through the 28th of 2021. And this week was good. Got a few nice opportunities. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Alright. And then let me bring my notes over here. Okay, so on Monday I wasn't expecting any trades to actually happen. I was looking for the setup on EURJPY and didn't end up taking it till Wednesday. Tuesday, like the setup didn't come on Monday, and then Tuesday I don't trade. But on Wednesday, price came down to my level, and I said intro. Okay, so the entry came off the 50 fib level at 133. I initially had a conflict with like taking the position because I was looking for it to actually go a bit lower to this zone, but I also had a level right there where I entered. If you guys can see that, right? Had an entry level right here. And I was like, should I take this position or should I just wait for the legitimate setup that I'm looking for, or the deeper retracement essentially, right? So I checked out both scenarios and I saw that basically what I came out to was saying, how I convinced myself to take the position was saying that, okay, both stop losses would be under this trend line, and if the trend line breaks, I'm going to be closing the position regardless. So if price does retrace even lower, I'll just go ahead and put another position there and take the opportunity. Now, I wouldn't necessarily... Actually, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's fueled by a factor of like just fear of missing out on the opportunity, because it was a valid signal here. Like all the confirmations were met there, but I just had a better, or could have got a better entry if I just waited for the 61.8 or waited for the deeper retracement to the lower zone that I have here. Now with that, like if I did wait, I would have missed this opportunity because the entry signal came overnight while I was sleeping, so I wouldn't have been able to even enter the opportunity. Now because it's something I just have to hash out on my own. Let's keep on reading. I decided to take the entry base of H4. Okay, yeah. So everything's good there. So that's that position. Price pushed up, and obviously you can see what I'm waiting for next. Correction down to 133.5. Look for a buying opportunity there. I also missed a scale-in opportunity where I could add more to the position. I mean, not much I can do about that. I mean, missed opportunities happen. Just, could potentially just figure out a way to not miss the opportunities. But there's no point in crying over it. Okay, the next position I took is dollar Swiss. And this is the last position I took for the week. So originally I was looking for a sell around this area when price got to about this level, but price didn't give me my entry signal and price just kept pushing up. And then by the time price at the time when I was about to cancel this setup and say it's not a valid setup anymore, entry signal came off the 61.8 off basically the next level. It was a level that I predetermined on Monday. I think it was 0.9 or 0.91. 0.9. And once price got to that level, got a clear entry signal, took the trade, and was looking for price to push down. Now price got to the bottom of the pattern, and you can see here the note I made: if pattern breaks within the next 2 hours, SL will be moved in profit, and it didn't break. Now, that's interesting. That's an interesting idea. But it didn't break, so I was looking for price to come back up to this entry level, and I was going to look for another entry opportunity. But as you can see, price got to that point and kept pushing. Now, the flaw that I had here, and this is the only kind of mistake that I say that I have for the week, is that I have a rule because I'm there's two rules. Which one should I talk about first? The first one, okay. The first one's not necessarily a rule. Just looking at my stats, I know that most of my winners or most of my losers, they happen within 24 hours. Okay, so most of my losers happen within 1 day, and then my winners usually don't have a drawdown that's more than I think it's about 38%. So for my rule for getting out early is if price gets halfway to my stop loss, I'll go ahead and cut my trade. And if price gets past that 24-hour mark, it just gives me more confidence. I don't necessarily have a rule behind that. Just give me more confidence in the position that I have on. Now, I will say this trade did not make it past the 24-hour mark. Okay, it didn't. It was like 2 hours away from hitting that 24-hour mark. And price got to my halfway point and my alert went off. I think it's actually on the live stream too. You guys could see like the alert went off and I just look at it and I just blow it off. Alright, when I should be closing the position. So I didn't close it when I was supposed to close it, and I just let price hit my stop loss. Which I mean, it's just one trade. It's not gonna kill me or whatever. But just knowing that I should have closed because that rule, like I just disregarded it, can be detrimental in the long term because my losses aren't being cut early like they usually are. So why? Like, why did that happen? I have notes on it. Where... Okay, so I said alert went off to close position, but okay, the alert went off to close the position, but I didn't close it. And I started looking for random reasons to stay in the trade, right? So what I did, I brought up the ATR, and I saw price was just pushing up, right? It's being pretty aggressive with this candle. I was like, okay, right now the ATR is about 10 pips. I went ahead and measured. Yo, I laugh at myself for doing this right now. But in the moment, it just doesn't feel... Y'all know. But, so I measured it, and it was at 12 pips. I was like, oh, it's at 12 pips. So this could, like, be a doji right here at the 61.8. Not get that other entry there. So I'll just wait it out. That's literally what I said to myself. And then after that, I saw price push up even more to, like, 18. And then, for some reason, I went over to this, right, which I don't touch. I don't even use this strategy because it's not profitable. It's not a profitable strategy. It's mainly a day trading strategy, but I just have it here because sometimes I look at the RSI when I review charts with other people because other people like use divergent strategy, and it's a quick way for me to just bring it up. But I started looking at pivot points, which I don't use pivot points, period. Which is crazy. And I'm like, why am I still struggling with this problem of... this doesn't happen all the time, but I guess something to pay attention to is like, what triggers me to actually want to do that, or to go into that mode where I'm looking for random confirmations to give me more confidence when I know what I should be doing, but I want to go against that. I want to go against that action because I feel like I know better in the moment. That is a good song, but I need to stop playing music. Okay. Yeah. So what's the trigger? Like, again, obviously, I wanted the trade to work. I had hope, which I did not put down in my journal. Like, I bolded it in the notes, but I did not put it down in the journal. I'll do that. So this kind of reminds me of, what was it, last week or 2 weeks ago, EURJPY had 3 positions on, and then there was a resistance level, and then No, that one I didn't necessarily have hope. I was more fearful in that situation, fearful of giving the profits back. In this situation, I had hope that the trade was gonna go into profit, and I was willing to hold on to a loser instead of closing the position. Okay, so what I'm thinking about now is basically how could I have approached this differently, or what would have made this trade better? And really, the only thing that I would do differently here is close close when I should have closed at the 50 mark. Still would have been a loser, but that's fine. Um, Cutting losses early is better than taking the full loss. Here, I don't like. It's not. I don't have a rule saying if I get a rejection at the bottom of the pattern that I close. So that's, if I even said that, that'd just be making shit up, making things up. That's the word I was looking for. My fault. Uh, and that's the week, right? So went down as a losing week. Only lost one R, and floating in profit at the moment. So, not too bad of a week. Just one major mistake that I have to fix. How can I fix it though? Because it's like, uh, I might as well talk about this. I don't remember which problem it was, but either a few weeks ago or I think it was a few weeks ago. There was a problem that I had with a trade, basically like an emotional problem or a psychological problem, whatever you want to call it. When I know I should have been doing something, but I wasn't doing it, and I was like, oh, I have to work on that. Okay, now that but it's like, what, let's say like a year ago, I would notice these problems that I have, and I'd say, oh, I got to work on that. Oh, I noticed this problem, but I wouldn't do anything intentional to actually combat that problem or to help me with it next time I face it. And it's more like a way to be intentional about it. I actually wrote this down the other day. Is reacting differently, like when you're met with a situation. So, like, in order to practice reacting differently, you have to put yourself in that situation multiple times in some way, and then obviously recall what happened before and what you how you like separate yourself and figure out how you actually want to act. Yeah, I wrote down learn to react differently after a mistake. Intentionally, intentionality is key. But I appreciate you guys watching this weekly recap. Hope you guys got some value from it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Oh, one thing. Next week, the only stream that I'm doing next week is on Monday, because on Tuesday, June starts. And that's when I basically, I'm not going to be on social media, YouTube, or anything. So I'm just going to be focusing on back testing, reviewing my journal, and then finishing this project that I have. It's a trading project. We're just working on my trading. Because like I haven't been as efficient this first half of the year, and I really want to get this work done. I really want to get it done, right? And I don't want any distractions. I don't want any excuses as to why may not be to the quality that I'm looking for it to be. So I'll see you guys at the end of June or at the beginning of July, and I hope you guys have a good month.